Superbooth 2025. I'm on the booth here of Frap Tools, or behind the booth here in a more cozy situation here with Simone. How are you?
I'm good. You're doing good?
Yeah, you're mostly known for your Eurorack modules in the business,
Yes.
but you are surprising us this year with something completely different.
Yeah,
It's the Magnolia,
exactly. A keyboard.
a keyboard.
A keyboard. Yeah, it's been a 10-year trip making modules, making different parts that compose a synthesizer, and then we had to make a step forward and finished and make a complete instrument. So yeah, that's why we are here with it. We needed a filter. Like 2 years ago, we presented the Kunze.
So you had already in your heads to make a polysynth several years.
Yes, we wanted to make maybe not polysynth, maybe a keyboard synthesizer. We didn't have the idea of the architecture in the end. Yeah, the path with the module was almost completed. We missed effects, for example, and we had to decide if we go with the effects or with the keyboard, and we chose the keyboard path. And then effects may come also because we are developing them for the keyboard. So.
But you started your business with Eurorack modules, so this.
I started the business with Eurorack cases.
Cases, indeed,
yes.
indeed. They're still in your portfolio, right? Oh.
Yeah, they're still in the portfolio. The Uno is not produced anymore. The Plus, the modular case that can change in size, it's still there. It's still produced. And yeah, after 1 year, we introduced in 2016. We introduced the CGM, the modules, and then from there we started with the whole series.
And now with Magnolia, you're entering a different business section or different, aside the modular guys.
Yes.
Is it difficult for a Eurorack company to go the path to Magnolia, or?
Yes, because
I think now you think of only from module to module.
Well, the thing is, it's more difficult. If we would have started from zero, it would have been a mess, because it would have taken many years, like 4 or 5 years of development. But we started from a good basis. The Prince oscillator, the Kunze filter, even the mixing section was developed, and these were all this was an experience that we put in our pocket, and we used that to create the structure of the synthesizer quicker. And we used the modules to shape the characteristic of the voice, of each voice. So without that, it would have been really much more difficult. And considering also that this has been extremely difficult this year and a half. But yeah, we are here, and it's not completed. There is. I'm really happy because the response in general is really good, and the fact is that we have a lot of room for improvement. So I'm super easy that the synthesizer will sound incredible. And,
but it's how much % in the development?
5%. 5%.
No, I mean, how many percentage in the development stage?
Which percentage? Like 80, so between 80 and 90%.
So already so far.
Yes, we have to work on the improve the pitch in the low end. We have to work on the improve the gain staging in the analog part, because we want to achieve more timbre variation. And we have to finish the effects board and all the calibration routine on board.
And I think there are 5 people in making this thing.
Yes.
So, and you are responsible for you have made the front panel, you said?
Yeah, I make the mechanics and front panel together. The front panel was designed by Giovanni Federico mainly. and me for the final adjustment. I took care of the mechanics. Federico and Antonio took care of the layout. Giovanni was like the project manager. He's a keyboard player and he's the guy
on YouTube.
Yeah, he's our face in the world, our communication person, and yeah, he's the guy that does the more clear vision on this kind of instrument. And Antonio is the analog designer. The new entry is Ivan, the software developer, and we are working very, very, very good and fast with him.
I had the impression that many people don't see yet, you name it analog FM synthesizer. I think Magnolia is basically a complex synthesizer, like a complex oscillator synth, but in polyphonic.
Yes.
And many people think it's just a regular analog synth with FM.
Yeah. The difference is that you can recognize it as a normal analog synth, like subtractive synth with FM, or you expect a digital synth, because as soon as you say FM, you expect many operators. The target was to have a simple instrument, like quick to use, and the quickest solution that allows us to obtain more timbres were to use like 2 oscillators. The first design had a cross modulation, 2 FM on both oscillators, but we ended up dividing them and having one more East Coast for the modulation and one more West Coast for the FM, for the carrier, as the carrier.
And it's your Brenzo oscillator core.
Yeah, it derives from that. There are some small adjustments, but basically it's it.
Mm-hmm. And the filter is the Kunsa.
The filter is started from the Kunsa, but it has a lot of variation from it because the Kunsa has a character knob, also more than the resonance, and so we had to unify this in a single knob and find a way to make it to reach all these kind of sounds with a single knob. It's been the filter has been very difficult. I'm very, very happy with the low pass. It sounds really great in my opinion. The high pass needs some adjusting, but it screams like I don't know, like a child. So it's very good.
There is modulation. I have seen modulation. There's three envelopes, or
there are 3 envelopes. So the architecture is bitimbral. So we have per each program we have 2 sounds we can make, 2 parts, A and B, and each of those has its own envelopes. There are also 3 LFOs. The envelopes are assigned by default in the area of one in the oscillator for the FM, one in the filters for high pass and low pass cutoff, and one for the final amplifier stage. This can be routed also to other targets. We found a very nice solution, in my opinion. Giovanni and Ivan found it to make a very quick modulation assignment without using the display, because you simply hit the source, the modulation source, you twist the knob, and you just simply define the amount of modulation, positive or negative. That's it. Then you deactivate the assignment, of course.
Yeah, because I saw you don't have a big screen. It's more
No.
a very old school screen that is inside there.
Yes. The fact is that or you put a huge screen and you go into the menu diving, but we want to have, I mean, coming from the Eurorack thing, we want to have a quick approach, very, not muscular, but physical approach. So the display is useful to understand which preset, which program you're using, but
for modulation, no.
No, you don't do. You have information when you choose time of the arpeggiator, for example, things like that. But the rest is done via LEDs.
Okay,
that's it.
And there's you said 3 LFOs.
3 LFOs, 3 envelopes.
Traditional ones. There's no special source.
There is. Every LFO has various, like 6 modes that I don't remember in this moment. But in terms of shaping, you have you can manage the amplitude, the rate, the phase position, like a fade in. And there is a phase bending thing, so you can bend the waveform a little bit to have non-symmetrical behavior over the time, and the shape is morphing between 6 points, and can also be with the shift button. Can also be used as a toggle selection. So
is this part of the analog part?
That's
or it's
digital. It's digital.
Okay. I think this is normal this year, in these days to make it digital, because there are not differences to make it analog or digital, and it's smarter.
It's not needed to have analog modulators. I mean, you really have no big advantage in that point.
And the effects, as you analog design or designer said, it will be kind of hybrid thing.
Yeah, the effects are there is a stereo effects on the sum of the whole 8 voices, which is a distortion that will be analog. Then the signal will go to a parallel path, and which is an hybrid path. There is analog circuitry and digital effects. The analog part probably will take care mainly of compressing and compensating volumes, so taking care of amplitudes, and then the result will be fed in parallel to the analog path.
speed timbre, there's an arpeggiator.
Yeah.
Sequencer, no. Oh.
The arpeggiator can also be a 16-step sequencer so far, and the arpeggiator is per part. So each program has 2 arpeggiators.
And the voicing is fixed to 4 and 4 in the beat timbre.
No, you can select. You can select 1 and 7. You can select 7 and 1. You just hold the part and hit the C, the central C note. How many times you need it to assign voices? Even in mono, you can assign it to. You can obtain the unison mode in that way.
And this interface that we now see on the Superbooth, it's not final, no?
No, exactly. It's a work in progress. We are testing. There is a panel on the back here of the booth that is an alternative proposal that we are evaluating. Probably some stuff will be removed, some stuff will change, but yeah, we have to decide the graphical approach that we will keep in the final machine.
And where are we now at? So one new thing, Magnolia, will be available at the,
yeah.
Your hopes?
I hope that the target is to have it after the summer, for available for €3,995 to the customer, like with VAT.
Made in Europe.
Yeah, it's made in Europe. It's made in Italy. Not that makes that big difference, but it's made close to where the company is.
So you have everything under your control. It's not something.
Yeah. It's easier to manage the process. We assemble all the boards are assembled like in the neighborhood in the village close to where I live, and the metal, for example, are in the village in the other direction, and we assemble it in the middle. So it's very, in like 20 kilometers, we have like pretty much everything.
And the keypad is poly aftertouch, yeah?
Keypad is from Fatar, is a poly aftertouch, yes.
Okay. The preset memory is inside. So,
yes, it has 512 presets, so 8 for 8 for 8, something like that.
Something like a patch librarian or something like this. Are you planning a patch librarian or a?
Yes, it will be provided with. There will be the chance to manage the sound from the computer, probably, and there is an option also for live performances to create a set list without changing the presets, yeah, it should come with some presets, of course. Not 512, but some will be provided.
So the parameters are also MIDI CC and compatible and everything, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I'm really looking forward for Magnolia. So next Superbooth, we will see the shipping final.
Yeah, sure, at the next Superbooth.
Or even in desktop version.
Or even maybe a desktop version. Or even maybe something else.
Yes, new modules.
Or maybe something else.
Okay.
No, there is another project we're working on, but it's too early to discuss it. So.
Thank you, Simone.
Yeah, thank you, Tom.
I hope you enjoy this good Superbooth 2025, because I think this year you have your booth crowded like never before.
Yeah.
It's always very crowded.
Yeah, the guys are. Every one of us is really super intention for that. So
big thanks.
Thank you for stopping by. Good show.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.